All right. All right, now we're good to go. And it's been interesting the things that are now totally different and so much better for me just since starting some new supplements. And so we're really excited to dive in with you guys tonight and share some of this with you and how it is literally transforming people's lives. And so we're just going to kick this thing off. I know, right? We just don't ever talk about this stuff, and we should not be ashamed to talk about it because it's happening to us in real time. And here's what's crazy. Some of the things that I've discovered since starting this is that, did you know it actually starts in your teens when you start your period? Like, if guys that are on here, I'm sorry, we're just going to be real tonight. If it's a little too TMI for you, you can exit the side left, right? Like stage left, right? But we're just going to keep it real today, okay? I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that this whole thing from the time you're a teenager and literally until you go meet Jesus, that this was just something you were going to be dealing with and there were symptoms involved with it. And so, yes, the weight gain. Oh my gosh, name the symptoms you've experienced because I think you're going to be surprised that there's other symptoms you probably did not know had anything to do with what you're experiencing. Like you were just thinking it was something different. That's what we were actually all talking about before you jumped on. Oh my God, look at all these people saying dry eyes. I had no idea dry eyes was a thing. Like I thought something was wrong with me. I went to see my eye doctor and he was like, I thought I was literally going blind. And he was like, no, you're not actually. It's dry eyes. And I was on a non-preservative itchy ears. Like, oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at this. Hot flashes, insomnia, shoulder pain. I've had hip pain. I was just telling the girls. I was at an event in Provo, Utah, and I started having this weird hip pain. And it just kept going and going. And now I just realized literally in the last like 24 hours, I was like, oh, my hip pain's been gone too. So crazy. So we're going to dive in. So, Michelle, if you don't mind starting the slideshow for us, we're going to dive right in and we are going to talk about all things women health, perimenopause, and beyond. So let's kick this party off. I'm really, really excited to dive into this topic because I just didn't know how much it was going to change my life. And you guys, if you didn't know, we just came out with a brand new product that is already sold out. It's on back order because people are getting such extraordinary results with it. And we're going to dive deep into the ingredients and what makes it so powerful here in just a second. So go ahead and go to that next slide for me, Michelle. Let's talk about this. Like up to 16 years in perimenopause. On average, there are 31 different symptoms. I forget, my husband said on stage, they said it's like 105 total symptoms that are related to this stage of life. It can start with fatigue, anxiety, lack of patience, emotional dysregulation, then sleep issues, hot flashes, slower metabolism kicks in. How many of you, anything I just said, you're like, that's me. Me right there. You just described me. Put a 1 in the chat if I just described you. Okay. Now there's 103 possible symptoms. We're only going to talk about the top 20. So let's run through these. And as I'm saying them, would you be so kind to let me know if you are experiencing any of these? Okay. So hot flashes and night sweats. Holy freaking cow. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you wake up drenched and you're sweating, but then you're freezing because you're drenched. Like, it makes no sense, right? Like, Tammy, our beautiful friend that's going to share her testimony here in a minute, she has a chili pad she sleeps on. Well, now we're all buying chili pads at this point, but because her hot sweats were so bad. What about the mood swings and the irritability? My husband, he waited till I left to go on a girls' trip to send me a text to tell me he wanted to wait till I was gone to let me know I had been much sweeter since being on this product. And I was like, isn't that interesting? Maybe because things are working properly again and I'm not ready to bite everybody's head off. What about the brain fog and memory lapses? Like, did you think maybe you needed to go see a physician because you're like, I can't remember anything. What is happening to me? The anxiety and depression, I did not know. My anxiety had gotten so bad over the last few years. I actually went to see a physician and I got on some medication and I had to be like, I had to use it sparingly because it is an addictive medication. And I didn't obviously want to become addicted to anything, but the anxiety would hit me out of nowhere. And the craziest thing was I have a great life. Like, there was no reason to have the type of anxiety that I had. And now since using this, I've not had to use my anxiety medication. And I'm just so relieved. What about sleep issues? How many of you have experienced insomnia, early waking, sleep apnea, anything related to that? What about weight gain and a slower metabolism,
Yep.
joint pain and muscle soreness, fatigue and low energy? Okay, we're just going to say it, guys. Okay, sorry, fellas, if you're on here, vaginal dryness and low libido. It's real, it's happening, and we don't want it to happen. Irregular and heavy periods. What about the headaches and migraines, the digestive issues, the bloating, the gas? Oh, that's always pleasant, right? Like, come on, let's talk about it, okay? It's not that pleasant to have gas, right? Constipation. What about the hair loss and the hair thinning? The skin changes, the dryness, wrinkles, acne, itching. I've heard several people say in the chats earlier about some itching skin. What about cold flashes and temperature regulation issues? Like, what about the irregular heartbeat, the palpitations, the urinary issues? Like, golly, loss of muscle mass and strength, tingling extremities, electric shock sensations, and then here we go, rage and emotional outburst. If you've experienced any of those, welcome to your golden girls era. You have arrived, my friends, and we are going to discuss why right. I get it, Tanya. Scary. All me too. All me too. I feel you, right? So let's go to that next slide really quickly. So, why are these things happening? Well, we're having all of these hormones changes. We got stress and cortisol imbalances. We're having muscle loss and metabolism slowing down. We're nutrient deficiencies, inflammation, and poor gut health. I seen somebody say earlier they're convinced their gut health has to do with this. You're right, it does. And we've got a solution for you. Insulin resistance. How many of you fall in that category? I was also in that category. A depletion of your collagen, a depletion of your what's this word, Sarah? Come on, help a sister out.
Lactobacillus.
You got to have a friend that knows how to speak the words. Okay. You got to have good friends in your back pocket. And we've got the depletion of the hyaluronic acid in our body. And so if you've experienced any of these things, you're on the right Zoom tonight. We are going to tell you some solutions to these problems. Go ahead, Michelle, to that next slide. And to do that, I'm going to bring up my beautiful friend, Sarah Hollingsworth, who is younger than me, but also experiencing some of these things and did not realize either that these things, go back. I don't know what's happening. Yep, go back. Nope, you went the wrong way. You're going the wrong back. We want to go back as in.
The computer's going through menopause.
The computer needs the product too, okay? Just so and here, listen, this is proof it right there. Now we're in good shape. This is proof anyone can do this. But guys, the reason Sarah is on here tonight is because she deep dives ingredients and she knows her stuff. Literally, the first person I message when I've got a question, even outside of these products, like, hey girl, I'm feeling this, my throat's scratchy, my head's itchy, whatever's going on with me, it is Sarah I'm messaging and I'm asking her to tell me what to do because she knows all the things about all the things. Okay. So Sarah, why don't you deep dive these products and share with us all of the different ones that are going to help all of those symptoms that we just talked about and give these women hope that there is help out there and they can feel better.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about this stuff because here's what's so cool is that we actually have all of the things that you need. Now, you can get some of this stuff elsewhere, but I've never seen products like this clean, these level of ingredients in my life, and I'm going to deep dive into that for you guys so that you can really see what is the deal here? Like, what can I use to help? Because a lot of people don't necessarily want to go in and get on something synthetic. They don't necessarily want to go in for synthetic hormone help or for other stuff like that. And so we're going to highlight, I'm going to kind of walk through these and then I'm going to deep dive into a couple of them for you. So protein is huge. We all hear that, right? I am the worst when it comes to getting my protein in. I try. I will tell you, I have half the appetite I used to. Thank you, Activate. And so when I do eat, I know I need to be eating a lot of protein and I struggle. And so we actually just launched at the same time as for her, we launched this. I do not like protein shakes. I don't like them at all, actually. They're chalky and gross, and I don't like shakes in general. This is so delicious. It is a silky smooth protein shake that has literally got 20 grams of protein in it. It's so delicious. I love mixing it with a few of our other things, and I'm going to highlight one of those too, that I love to mix. All of these products, by the way, as I go through these, just know our products are designed to work synergistically together. Okay, so the more you take, the better results you have. Okay, so this protein is huge for everybody, but this is something that I absolutely love that we've actually added in. You can get it without, but we love the clear protein that's got the L-theanine and I'm sorry, not L-theanine. That's our, see my brain fog? I didn't have any today. Our protein has a little bit of clean energy in it. So it's less caffeine than a cup of coffee, but it's from green tea. I love that. This is going to give you a little bit of a boost, but you're going to get your protein in with this. Protein is massive. We're also going to focus on your collagen. You saw the slide where Tina talked about the lack of collagen is really significant for you having some of these symptoms. That's part of aging. That's part of hitting that time of life, which also is rude. I'm just gonna, who else while they were looking at that list was like, my God, we're disintegrating. Like this whole thing is offensive. And so if we can really do our best to boost our bodies with the proper supplementation, you're going to find yourself feeling better than you ever knew. I'm going to guess that you're having symptoms you don't even realize. So the second thing I want to highlight is our collagen. Okay, so this is a bovine collagen. It's actually a clinical grade, medical grade collagen. This is unlike any collagen I've ever used in my life. Also, working out, lifting weights, boosting that muscle growth is going to be huge for your metabolism and your bone health, but this is going to help a ton. This is also very clean. All of our products are third-party tested. I won't go a day without this. And you know what else is cool? Is that this has 10 grams of protein per serving. Okay, so that's enormous, just in one serving of this. I actually do 1 to 2 shots of these a day because this has helped with my joints and my guts enormously. Plus, it helps you from the inside out, so you begin to look different, honestly. And you can check out our testimony group, and we can add you to that. You can see some of those supplements and what they've done for people. And then, of course, the For Her. I'm going to deep dive into this in a minute. But this has 4 different Korean herbs specifically designed for women's hormone health. I'm going to break those down in a minute. But this is where you're going to actually add in, there's Shogun's ashwagandha in here, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but that is an adaptogen. And what's cool about that is that the adaptogen works where Tina can take it for something and it's going to fill in where her body needs it. And then I'm going to take it for something and it's going to fill in where I need it. That's the beautiful part of an adaptogen. And that's how this helps everybody. So you want to be able to do that in a natural way, right? A lot of us don't want to add in something synthetic, and this is going to be the solution for that. This is also going to help you with your sleep quality. A lot of these products boost sleep health. Honestly, when I added in our collagen, I started sleeping better. When I added in our Activate, I started sleeping better. This For Her, that was the game changer for me. I was waking up. Who here wakes up in the middle of the night, especially between 1 and 3 a.m.? If that's you, put a 1 in the comments. I never thought about it because I worked nights for years. And then I have a child that just thinks it's a party all the time. And he's got to get up a few times a night to make sure that no one's having a party without him. And so I still, with a 9-year-old, am getting up at night. This changed the game. I'm no longer waking up on my own. And I went live in my stories about this today, talking about the fact that first of all, if you're a chick on here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Who wakes up and suddenly your brain turns on and we have 84 tabs that are like, bloop, right? We're not kind of awake. Suddenly we're like, what do I got to do for breakfast? What am I making for dinner? What errands do I have to run? Did I turn this off downstairs? Blah, 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 right? Our brains, when we wake up, here they go. I love that did not happen to me anymore. If I woke up, it was for a minute and I went back to sleep and it was because my husband woke me up or my son woke me up or I had to go to the bathroom. But I'm no longer randomly waking up in the middle of the night. That's going to be this as well. Also, the brain and cognitive health. So we're going to break down a little bit about creatine, okay? This is another one of our products. Just for reference, you can actually get all of this together in a discounted bundle. 10 out of 10 recommend that, okay? I think it's still on the website. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, we launched 2 bundles in March that are incredible. And you get all of these products together. I am not a person that works out very much. And when I did, I was not looking to bulk up. And so creatine was never in my sphere. I never added it in. I thought it was just for people that wanted to get big muscles, and I didn't want that. I had no idea that this is literally a building block for your body. Especially as women, you desperately need this. Your body needs this. I can't even tell you guys, adding this in, I'm noticing shifts in even my muscle structure. And I'm not working out, okay? I'm walking. I walk, okay? I'm not lifting. I'm not doing the things. You do need to be doing that, okay? So don't do what I'm doing. But I'm just saying I'm beginning to see shifts in my body by adding this in that I did not expect. This and adding in that protein shake. It's kind of crazy, actually. Creatine, alpha GPC, and sage extract. And that's what we have in here, guys. You can get creatine anywhere, right? It's cheap to make. You can buy it anywhere. Most of them aren't clean. This is extremely clean. Like I said, all our products are third-party tested, and we've added in that sage extract and that alpha GPC. That's huge for your cognitive health, okay? So you're going to add this together. That's enormous. Add in the protein. Yes. And then the other part that is crucial, if you get this today, you need to get this too if you get nothing else, okay? So Enrich is the game changer. Nothing in your body, you can take the best supplements in the world, but if your guts are a mess, it's not going to work, okay? So you need to have this in your repertoire, because I'll tell you, I used a really good pre and probiotic for years that I could only get from my chiropractor. And I still struggled with all the digestive problems that I was always having. I was always bloated after I ate. My husband had terrible reflux. There was all kinds of things that were happening to us in our guts that weren't getting fixed with what we were using. I added this in, and in one day, my life changed. If you use Enrich and you know how insane this is, and you won't miss a day, I'm not kidding. If I have to eat without Enrich, I'm not eating. That's how big of a deal it is for me. I'll wait. This has changed my entire life, okay? So that's going to be another big part of it for you, is to add this in, have a really, really high quality pre and probiotic that is living enzymes, okay? It's wild. IBS, Crohn's, any of the digestive issues that you might be struggling with, maybe you don't have a gallbladder, 1,000,000% you need this in your life, okay? So those are kind of the highlights. Those are going to be a few of the products that we highly recommend you adding together with this for her, because it's not only going to help supplement your body in the way that it needs to get the max amount from what you're taking, but it's literally going to fuel you in the places that you're needing it, okay? You can go to the next one, Michelle. So again, we're just going to dive a little bit into each of these, not crazy until we get to the for her, but this again is that clean protein that I was talking about. You get 20 grams. Every one of our products, by the way, are extremely bioavailable. That just means you're not wasting it. Most of the time when you take a supplement, I don't know if you guys know this, you're getting rid of, your body's expelling a lot of it, okay? You're not absorbing it. Most products are not created for you to use all of it. Ours are methylated and chelated. They are extremely bioavailable, which means you're not wasting it. You're not wasting your money on any of these products. This is going to help with your blood sugar, obviously your muscle growth, metabolism, all of the things. And like I said, we added in the green tea extract and the L-theanine. That's huge for your cognitive health. I've noticed a huge difference adding this and the creatine with the for her. That last bit of brain fog I was struggling with. This is the game changer. It's so good. You guys, like, seriously, add it in. Your kids are going to love it. You can also get it without that caffeine as well, in case you have kids. Like my kids take the one without the caffeine. So you have that option too. Okay, Michelle. Again, we're going to quickly, this creatine, guys, is amazing. Kind of like how I went over. It's got the alpha GPC. It supports your memory and cognitive function. Like I said, I'm adding this in every day. I add it to my Activate. You can mix it with your protein. You can mix it in water. You can literally mix it with whatever you want, and you're going to see a shift in the way that you're focusing. I guarantee it. I had no idea. Sage extract was not a thing that I was already consuming. And like I said, I'm a supplement junkie. Like, I love supplements. That's all I take. I can't even tell you last time I went to the doctor. I'm an ingredients nerd. And what I love about this is that it was already shifting things in my brain before I even realized it. Adding this in, I was like, holy cow. Suddenly I'm not, who walks into a room and is like, what, why am I in here? What did I come in here for? I don't have any idea. What was I going to say to you? I don't know. I forget. Ask Tina. We're voice clipping or calling each other all day, every day. And how many times I'm like, what was I going to tell you? I don't know. I'm telling you guys, like, this is the game changer. That I haven't done that this whole week, by the way. This is amazing. Okay. So there's the creatine. And this is what I get really excited about, guys, because this is a product. Now, if you don't know this about Trinot, let me pull up my note here. All of our products are proprietary and exclusive to us. I've never seen anything like this out there. Okay. Now, if you are in our testimony group, if you're not yet, immediately message the person that added you to or gave you the info for this live and get in our testimony group, because you're going to start to see testimonies that are crazy. Okay. So for me personally, I added this in not thinking I had any symptoms. I'll be honest. I didn't think I had any. I was like, I'm in my 40s, but I think I'm fine. Like, I don't think I'm really struggling. Well, I was wrong. I was having the night sweats that I knew was hormonal, but I thought it was more like young girl hormonal. I don't know what I was thinking. It was not accurate. So I was having the night sweats. I was waking up in the middle of the night. I had the brain fog. The other things like smelling smells that weren't real. Like, what is that? It was weird. And I didn't put two and two together until I started looking at this. Okay. So Estro G100, it is a patented blend of 3 different herbal extracts, okay? So here's what's cool about that. Here's the 3 herbs in there, and I'm going to break them down for you real quick, okay? So Cyanchum wilfordii, okay? I have had to practice that. It's used to support circulation, immunity, and hormone balance. It is literally, it's a non-estrogenic. So it means there's no estrogen in this, okay? There's no estrogen. If you're already on one or you're worried about adding that in, you're not getting that here, okay? But it supports the symptoms of estrogen decline without actually increasing the estrogen levels. I love that. Okay, so you're not putting something synthetic in your body, but you're getting the benefit that you need. Phlomis ambrosia is known for its anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties, okay? So we were talking about pain. We were talking about, our concerns with joints and the random pains we were getting. It's going to help with that. This is going to aid with your bone and your joint support. As you're aging, you're literally leaching minerals out of your body just as you age, which is rude. It happens to you when you're pregnant too. For obvious reasons, but as you get older, those minerals are leaching from your bones, which is why when you age, you don't see a lot of 10-year-olds with like bone issues where they're got osteoporosis, right? You don't see a lot of them. You see a lot of 9-year-olds though, don't you? That's why. So this is going to help with your bone and joint support, and it's crucial in keeping your bone density at peak capacity, and which I would love, because I don't want to break my bones as I get old and get frail. Angelica gigas. I always say that wrong. This is literally considered the female ginseng. It contains decursin, which is going to help with your blood circulation, fatigue, and hormonal harmony. That sounds nice, doesn't it? We want that happening in our bodies. It's really used traditionally. These, again, are old herbs that have been studied for centuries, and they're so good at balancing your body. And it's been used for decades, if not centuries, for menstrual health and menopausal relief, which is fantastic. That's what we want. So really that blend in and of itself is going to help with hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings. It's going to help with your energy and your focus. It's going to help with the dreaded VD, and not the VD that you're originally thinking, okay? When it's the Sahara instead of the ocean, nobody likes that. It's going to help with that too, okay? It's non-hormonal and it's safe for long-term use. That's huge, because we start this at 35, guys. And we have it till we die. That is rude. This way, you're not stressed out about it. This way, you have the support and the hormonal health support you have until you die. Okay? This is literally going to be effective within 7 to 10 days. I'm telling you, I saw it in like 2. If you guys started this, if you're on this and you've started it already, Tell me how many days before you started to notice a shift. For me, it was 2 days. Okay. It doesn't increase your estrogen. It doesn't cause weight gain, which a lot of hormone supplements do. And then lastly, I want to highlight this ashwagandha. So the Shodan ashwagandha is one of the most bioavailable forms of ashwagandha. Okay, so most of them are about 35% bioavailable. This one is, or I'm sorry, this one's 35%. Most of them are only 2.5 to 5%. So you're going to get a lot more of that adaptogen as you're consuming this. Okay, it helps with stress reduction. It helps with supporting your sleep. You get much deeper sleep. It's going to help with your mood support. So it's going to reduce the symptoms of anxiety and really help you with some emotional resilience. That's nice, right? We'd love that. Our husbands probably would love that. Energy and vitality, it supports your adrenal health and it helps combat fatigue. I was really excited about that. I've known the power of ashwagandha for years. Did not know how this particular version of it was so incredibly powerful. And the hormone support, of course, it really helps reduce that hormone fluctuation. So you just stay steady. You stay steady in all the ways. If you take that supplement, that amount every single day, it's going to improve not only the quality of your life, but your sleep, your energy, and helping with your cortisol levels. I mean, literally, who doesn't want that? That's wild, right? So this is what's in just this little tiny container. I found that for me, I started off with 2. I actually dropped down to 1. I found that my body only needed 1. I have friends though that upped it to 3. This is because it's an adaptogen, you can really see where it's going to fill in as your body needs. And you can listen to your body and we'll help you with that too on what does your body need. That's the beautiful part about plant-based supplements is that it's really going to fill in where your body needs. And every human body is different, but every female needs this. Okay. So I think that's my part. Is that the last one, Tina? Yes. Okay. I'll turn it back over to you.
How many of you are blown away right now? You can come off of the slides now, Michelle. How many of you are just completely blown away about what you just heard? And you're like, oh my gosh, there's hope for me, right? And so we want to share some stories with you from women that have been using this product and let them tell you the results they've been getting. So Tammy, my beautiful friend, she is a small business owner. She is a mama. She is a wife, and she went through early menopause, actually in her early 40s. And so I'm going to let her share her story with you. So Tammy, take it away.
Hello. Like Tina said, I actually went through early menopause at 42. So for the last 7 years, I'm 49 now. So for the last 7 years, I have struggled. I mean, I've struggled with so many, with all the things, but just about everything that we've talked about here tonight. There's only maybe a couple that I haven't struggled with. So it has really been a struggle these last 7 years. And I didn't want to go on any kind of synthetic hormones. So I didn't go that route. I didn't really feel good about it. When I started taking the daily health system and enrich within 1 month, I had better mental health. I had energy. My brain fog was gone. All these things that I was struggling with, along with the hot flashes, the night sweats, all of that stuff. Um, all of those things, on top of the weight gain and all of that I was struggling with, were starting to slowly kind of go away. And I really thought that I mean, I struggled with weight kind of all my life, but as I had gone through menopause, it was getting worse. The last 7 years was worse. Like my cravings were worse. My appetite was out of control. Like I could literally just eat all the time. I could eat any man under the table. Um, so my weight gain was, I was up and down constantly. I could not keep weight off. I would get it off, but it would come right back on. And so when I found these products and they started working, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I found it. I have found what my body needs, what is going to work for me in these postmenopausal, which, as we learned, is not a thing anymore. You're in menopause for life. But in these postmenopausal years, I was like, I finally found something that was going to regulated my hormones, that helped with my mood, my mental health, my brain fog, my anxiety and depression. I was on, I'm still on Cymbalta for depression, and I was on it when I started these products back in August, but I was still struggling. Like the Cymbalta helped, but I was still struggling. I was still having days where I did not want to leave the house. I did not want to get out of bed. I did not want to do anything. And within a month of starting on the Daily Health System and Enrich, I was like up out of bed, getting dressed, running errands, doing all these things. And it just hit me one day like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like I need a nap. I don't feel like I want to cry all the time. I don't feel like I want to hurt others around me anymore. Like it was just kind of like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, it has to be these products. So fast forward to, and my sleep did get better. My sleep got better. I don't wake up. Once I'm asleep, I'm dead. I'm asleep. I'm not one of those, like y'all were saying, that wakes up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep. I was struggling with going to sleep. I would lay in bed for hours and hours and hours, and my brain would not shut off. And so my sleep got better with these products. Well, fast forward to starting on for her just a few weeks ago when we were in Utah, Provo, for our convention. I started on them that weekend after I bought them, and my sleep is absolutely amazing now. That is the biggest. I mean, I've noticed other changes as well. I'm not having hot flashes during the day. Um, I've noticed changes with my mood. I've just noticed a lot of other just good changes, like with my mood. And what did that slide say? Rage, like my road rage. But my sleep, oh my goodness, I was already, like I said, the DHS and the Rich had already helped, but now I'm getting into that nice, like deep, restful sleep, so that when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like I have been run over. Like for years, I didn't even understand that you were supposed to wake up and feel rested. I thought you were supposed to wake up and feel like crap because you just woke up. I didn't know you were supposed to wake up and feel rested, because that never happened. So now when I wake up, I'm starting to feel, I still have that kind of little groggy, you know how you are, I, but it doesn't take me long to get started and get into my day now. So for me, for her, if that is the only change I see, which I don't think that's going to happen, because like I said, I'm starting to see other changes. And I think as it goes along, I will definitely see more as I use it consistently. But for me to be able to have that sleep, because as we know, sleep affects everything. It affects your mood. It affects your hunger. If I don't sleep well, I could eat the house the next day, because my body's trying to get those carbs to keep it going. So if I get nothing else from for her, the sleep is worth everything, for me.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. I seen someone say they would love to know how we're taking it. So I take mine first thing in the morning. I just take two first thing in the morning. Tammy, when are you taking yours?
I take mine. I take one with my first meal of the day, which is usually around 12, and then I take one with my supper.
Okay. So yeah, I think as long as you're getting them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
JK, I would love for you to share, my beautiful friend, what your experience has been with this product. We were talking before we got on here, and dry eyes is a real thing. And I've seen so many. How many of you are in the chat section watching? Dry eyes has been like awful for you. It is the worst symptom, I think, truly. So JK, why don't you share with them what it has done for you?
Okay, hello, everybody. The for her. Should I start with the for her?
You can start with whatever you want, girlfriend.
Okay. Well, I found Trinont probably a year and a half ago, and got into the collagen, but I love the daily health system and started getting my weight in check finally, and having tons of energy. So I love that product. That's one of my all-time favorite products, the Activate and the Transform. 15 pounds released effortlessly, basically, which is just, I just love that. But onto the for her. So I think after going to convention and learning about these products and this product in particular, I think I started going through these perimenopausal type changes in my 30s, which I would have never believed it because I've never had any kind of symptoms I thought were that, like super regular, just not moody, like it wasn't that kind of changes. It was the sleep for me. I went to doctors. I got put on sleep meds, the ones that make you crazy, sleepwalk, do all that stuff. I didn't really have that much trouble falling asleep, but I could not stay asleep. So we laugh about Golden Girls, but I've seen every episode 1,000 times at 4 a.m. I mean, I thought, you know what? I don't need a lot of sleep, obviously. I've been going through this forever. I get through the days. I don't take naps, I'm tired as hell. Heck, tired all the time. But I'm just that person. I don't need five. On 5 or 6 and I'm fine. People that get 8 or 9, they're lazy. That's what I was thinking in my head. Well, I started taking this product at convention. So that's 3 weeks ago. And I'm taking my 2 together at about 7. So whenever I have dinner at night, I just have kind of some nighttime supplements. So I throw them in there. And the first thing that I noticed was I wasn't having hot flashes like I was, like where you said the night sweats. Even in my late 30s, I was changing clothes. You got to rip the clothes off, get out of the room. I mean, just it feels like you are on fire on the inside. And I wasn't having that. I'm not having that at all, which is amazing. Of course, I still get a little heated at times, but it's getting better and better and better. The dry eyes that we've been talking about, I can't even tell you. I've been pulling stuff out of my eyes for years. I call it the stringy eye. That's what I tell my eye doctor, and he always gives me these expensive eye drops. You got to have these. They're in every room in the house, just to clear them up so you can see. It's just that I don't have that right now. That's been I didn't even realize I was not having that till I watched your live, Tina, and saw that. So that's another thing. It's just been so good. The sleep is the main thing. I can't say enough about the sleep. I'm sleeping till 6:30, 7:30 now. So I'm getting about 3 hours extra sleep at night. I feel just incredible with that. These products are amazing. You really feel the results almost immediately. I highly, highly recommend you try them.
I love that. The dry eye thing, like it's debilitating. It is. It sounds like such a small thing, but whenever it's that bad and you literally can't see, like it makes it where you can't see. I mean, I was getting stronger readers thinking this is just a part of old age. Like it is debilitating. It truly, truly is. And so if you really want to get your dry eyes under control, I promise you this product is going to help with that. Sarah, why don't you tell them all the things that it has helped you with, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't, like I said, I even when a couple of weeks ago, I was like, this doesn't apply to me. I'm in my early 40s and I just don't think I'm there. That's for old people. Well, I was very wrong. And when I looked at that list and I really started to think about it, I was like, man, I am experiencing a little bit of that. But it wasn't until I actually started on it that I started realizing, like I said, I stopped waking up in the middle of the night where I was randomly getting up like between 1 and 3. And then when I saw that as an option, I was like, oh my God, I'm doing that. I was also sweating so bad all night. All night. It was disgusting. And I wake up just drenched. I'm like, ugh. And I didn't know what that was. Like I knew it was hormonal, but I thought it was like, I'm going to be honest. I thought that was like a young person hormonal thing, not a menopause hormonal thing. I don't know what the difference is. Do you see how uneducated I was? And so I had no idea on that either. the random smells. I would smell things. I remember just a few weeks ago, I would be sitting on the couch with my husband. I was like, someone is smoking out behind our house. Well, there is nothing, no one can be back there. It would be a creeper. And it was stressing me out. He's like, I don't smell that. And I was like, someone's out there. He's like, no. So I was like, am I going crazy? But also, I mean, really like the wild mood swings. And that was the thing that was kind of scary to me, honestly. Where it was like I've always been pretty stable and I've always been able to just kind of, and I would be raging and then I'm crying and I'm like, what is happening to me? Like it was so creepy and I didn't realize it. And so even just in a few days of being on the product, and I'm really trying to be aware now as I'm like taking it, like what else am I seeing? Because I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes you experience things and you're not really paying attention to it. Kind of like Tina and her hip. It was kind of like, oh yeah, well it's bothering me, but like it's we didn't put two and two together, right? The dry eyes, you don't put two and two together. And so that's really where I'm at now is like I'm just trying to pay more attention to what I'm experiencing. My mood has drastically leveled out. My sleep, honestly, like no more of the sweating, no more of any of that. My brain fog also has gotten way better. And I heard a couple of stories from a couple of women who said they didn't even realize they were depressed. They had no idea that they were struggling with depression until they started this supplement and they were like, I feel like the clouds just lifted. Like I didn't even realize how like in the dumps I was until I didn't ever anymore. And so I just think the cool part about this is anybody you're gonna experience something beneficial no matter your age. You might not even know what you're struggling with until you're not struggling with it anymore. Because that's what I'm finding in myself. I didn't even think I needed this product. I was kind of like Tina. I was just like, okay, well, I'll try it out later. Like I wasn't jazzed about it. And now I'm like, I will not miss a day because I'm feeling myself regulate out in a way that I just haven't in years, honestly. So that was what I experienced the most, but I'm going to keep track to see like what else am I noticing the longer I'm taking it.
Yeah, it's wild to me all the things that I did not know had to do with um just menopause, perimenopause, whatever I'm in. I don't know what stage I'm in there somewhere, right? I'm just like smack in the middle of it somewhere. But yeah, you've heard a little bit of my story, but like most of you, the hot flashes, the night sweats, I would just wake up drenched and have to change clothes. Even my husband would touch my legs and he'd be like, your legs are literally on fire. I'm like, I know. I know. And then, you kick the blankets off and to cool off, and then you put them back on, one leg out, one leg in. You want multiple blankets, but then you're sweating. But then when you take multiple blankets off, you're freezing. Like I just could not regulate my temperature. And then the sleep was awful. Like, if we're not getting good sleep, we're just off. And it's just not pleasant for anyone involved. And so, if I wasn't struggling to go to sleep, I was struggling to stay asleep. And like Tammy said, like you wake up and you're just exhausted. And you're like, I just woke up. Why am I still freaking tired? Like it just didn't make sense, And then, like I said, I was having this it was about a year and a few months ago. My anxiety had gotten to the point I went to see a doctor because I was just like, what is going on with me? Like, this is so unlike me. I mean, I would literally just be sitting at my desk working or in my kitchen cooking, and all of a sudden, just overwhelmed with anxiety for no reason. I mean, crippling anxiety where I'm just in tears. And my husband's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm not. I'm scared and I don't know what's wrong. And I would have a full on panic attack, and nothing was happening in my life. It just did not make sense. And I just thought, well, this is where we are. I don't know why, but this is where we are in life right now. And so I got a medication and I would take it sparingly because I didn't want to be on it all the time because then it makes me feel not like myself at all. While it would take care of the symptoms, all it was doing was masking the symptoms. It wasn't actually fixing the real issue. And of course, I did not know it was related to this at all, not even a little bit. And then we've already talked about the dry eyes over and over and over again. Just for reference, I was I was literally thinking, oh, there we go. I was thinking like, what in the heck? Why are my eye? I mean, I would literally went from 20/20 vision to I couldn't see at all. And I'm like, what is happening to me? And, that's where I discovered when I went to the eye doctor, that it was just dry eyes. But I was thinking, oh, okay. So I used the drops in the morning and then at night. And then that came with its own set of issues, because then I would get the disposable ones I'd put in my purse because I needed them to go everywhere with me. And one time I scratched my darn eyeball with a piece of plastic from the disposable eye drops. I mean, it was just a nightmare, all the stuff I was dealing with. And then the last thing that I did not realize was associated was just over the last few weeks, actually at the event where we learned about and dropped this product, was my hip hurting me. And I just couldn't understand what was causing my hip to hurt me as badly. It was hurting. I was like literally limping, like I had injured it. It was wild. Just out of the blue, that started to happen. And then that's when I got real serious about using this. When I listened to what this actually would do, I stopped playing around and I started taking 2 every single morning. When I wake up, it's the very first thing I do. I get out of bed and I go, when I take 2 of these, whenever I hydrate, because I also drink electrolytes first thing in the morning. If you don't, you should. It's so good for you. Make sure you're drinking clean electrolytes. Most electrolyte products on the market have sugar in them, and sugar is counterproductive to you hydrating properly. You'll feel like a new human when you hydrate properly in the morning. And so the very first thing I do is I make my hydration product. And then I use this. By the way, you can get Quench from us, which is a clean hydration product. Just get back in touch with the person that invited you to watch this video. But I take this and I've just watched all of these symptoms completely disappear. Like, I have not had to use eye drops now in 10 days. I can't even believe it. I cannot believe it, because I was going through them like crazy. I just realized today my hip hasn't been hurting. I was like, oh my God, my hip's not been hurting. My husband, we all get a good laugh about it, but he's like, you're so much sweeter. I'm like, I bet I am. I'm not losing my whole mind, and I'm actually getting asleep and I feel like a new human. I bet I am being sweeter. And it's not that I didn't want to not be sweet, right? It's just, I was just trying to get through the days. How many of you can relate to that? And Amy just asked a great question. How many testimonies from anybody that's had a full hysterectomy? Actually, Christy is on here. Christy, I hate to call you out and put you on the spot, but would you be open to jumping on just for a second? And because you literally just had one that you didn't plan on having. It was very emergency and had to happen. Are you available to pop on and just share a little bit, even if you can't turn your video on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, perfect.
Sure.
Will you share?
Oh, yeah. So, yes, I am blown away, first of all, because God is just so good. So I have to just share that. And I'm just crying a second behind to walk on camera, because while I was in my hurricane molds was seeing all of this come out, the her creating all the things that I was getting. And it's just how he is. He's just a good God. And he just answered prayers, because yes, when I was struggling, waiting on getting this.
Hey, Christy, your
Yes.
voice is breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you're on Wi-Fi or maybe you could switch it. It's hard to understand you.
Okay. Not sure why. It's a little on the face.
I don't know.
Is it coming? Are we okay?
Can everybody hear her okay? No, it's really, yeah, it's breaking up pretty bad.
Okay.
Hang on, try again. Maybe sit the phone down so it's not moving around, see if that helps.
Does help at all?
It's almost like a bit echoey. It's so strange.
Okay.
Let's give it a couple more seconds, you guys, see if she can, oh, she said sometimes it helps if you turn the video off.
Okay, can y'all hear me better?
It's not. Here's what we'll do. How about this? Yeah, it's like she's buffering. How about this? Christy, I'm going to get you to share your testimony in the Look Good, Feel Good group. Will that work? And
Yeah.
you guys, if you're not already in our Look Good, Feel Good group, Christy will share this entire testimony. We'll get her to record it on video so you can hear her voice, her sharing her story about what happened, the ginormous cyst she had in her body, and that she had to have removed, which led to her hysterectomy, and how this product has helped her. Okay. So make sure you are in that group, and then we will get her to do that just in the next couple of days. Does that sound good, Christy? Can we do that?
Sure. Is any better?
It's breaking up so bad I can hardly understand you, sweetie. I'll message you as soon as this is over, okay? But I want you to hear her story because it is so powerful because this is very new. Like all of this just happened to her. She had to have an emergency surgery that was unexpected, and then all of this just happened when this product came out. And so we'll make sure to get that testimony in there for you guys so that you guys can hear that. But all this to say, if you're on here, then you probably are on here for a reason and you just want to feel better. And I would just highly recommend that you get back in touch with the person that invited you to watch tonight and get on these products. You are going to feel like a new human, you guys, truly. It is going to change your entire life. And I have always been a big fan of several of our products that you've heard talk about tonight. This one I'll never shut up about. You will never get me to shut up about this because it has truly changed my entire life. I can't even explain how much better I feel just using this. I cannot even believe it's just 2 capsules a day. I cannot believe 2 capsules a day is doing this for me. And so I'm just so excited for everyone to get on this and to feel as good as I have felt lately. And then lastly, if you're at all interested in earning additional income, please just get back in touch with the person that invited you to watch this. We have so many incredible videos that you could watch that'll go more into the business side of this if you're interested. If you're like, girl, that's not my thing, I just want to get the products and feel better, we can get you there too. I do need to let you know though, it's on back order, but I would get my order in. I literally just ordered 5 because they're on back order. And I was like, I cannot ever run out of this. Like I have to have it on my shelf stocked because I never want to go back to feeling like I felt. And so just know when you order, it's going to ship, I believe they said towards the end of April, but you do not want to be at the end of that list. You want to be at the beginning of that list. So make sure you get back in touch with the person that has invited you and you get your order in so that as soon as we get our next shipment, you are one of the first to receive it, because I promise you, we are going to keep selling through this because people are going to get this on auto ship and they are never going to come off of it ever because they feel so much better. So with that being said, I'm giving this one away. Today's your lucky day. I'm parting with one. And can I just tell you, we were in the chat last night and we were all like, who has an extra one? Nobody was coming off of their stash. And I got to be honest with you, I'm a little scared to do this, okay? Because I have one more downstairs to get me through until this next order gets here. And we're all praying that it does, especially my husband, okay? So with that being said, we're going to keep this simple. If you're on here, you qualify to win, okay? That is it. All you have to do, okay? And by the way, before I give this one away, just know if you don't win this one, we're giving one more bottle of this away inside of our group called Look Good, Feel Good. You just got to get back in touch with the person that invited you to watch this. Tell them that you want to be in this group. And all you have to do is comment on a post to get entered. It's that simple. Okay. No purchase necessary to win either of these. Just comment on a post. We just know it's going to change your life. And that's why we're giving them away. So make sure you get in that group and you comment on that post as well for another chance to win. Okay. So with that being said, all you have to do is put the word, and where is Michelle? Is she still on here? Are you still on here, Michelle?
Yep, I'm here.
Perfect. All I want you to do is put the word for her in the comments, and Michelle is going to pick a winner here in just a second. That's all you have to do. Everyone that is on this Zoom is absolutely eligible to win it. Whether you are a guest, a customer, an associate, everyone is eligible tonight because that is how much I want you to get this. The only thing I would ask is if you already have a bottle, then don't comment. Allow someone else to experience the amazingness of this product. That's the only ask that I have, okay? If you don't have it yet, you can comment. And in just a second, Michelle will pick a winner. And all you have to do is message the person that invited you, give them your full name and your address, and they will get that over to me and Michelle, and we will get this out to you on Friday. We're going to be together on Friday, and we're going to be getting all of the winners that we've done over the last week or two, getting that mailed out. So, Michelle, whenever you're ready.
Jennifer Lynn.
Jennifer Lynn, congratulations. You are the winner, my friend. All you have to do is just, if you already friends with me on Facebook or know me on Facebook, you can message me your address or message the person that invited you your address, and we will get that out to you. We are so excited for you guys. And we hope that did tonight bring you so much value? If it did, drop the word value in the comments below. For me, so much value. Can I just say this, reading your comments and seeing that I wasn't alone and what I was going through was so validating that like sometimes you feel like you're going a little bit crazy by yourself and you're experiencing all these symptoms and you don't know why. So thank you guys for popping on with us tonight and being a part of this women's health talk. Get back in touch with the person that invited you to watch this. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Good night.